So these are some beginner tips to get you on your way in Elden Ring Nightraigne. Now, first of all, you want to head over to the relic rites and basically choose the ones that are going to improve your character the most, making sure you have a clear idea of which one you're going to use. So, for example, we are going to use the Wilder, and we are going to be looking at sort of abilities and relics that are going to help boost either ourselves or our teammates all together. Now, as you can see here, a lot of these relics have different abilities and different bonuses and pluses and etc. Now, there are rarities. As you can see here, there is a purple box, and we have ourselves a common box or a green box, and there's going to be more as you go through. So the purple is basically indicating it is a much better. So, for example, Grand Burning Scene, you can see there's improved stance breaking while yielding to armaments. Defeating enemies restores HP for allies, but not for yourself, and you get a +3 in strength. So if you're looking for a supportive role, this is a really good one to go for to help out your teammates. And then we have ourselves any more. Obviously, you get +1 on intelligence, HP restoration upon Reaper attacks, attacking power up when facing frostbite, intelligence +3. And you want to go through and find all the ones that are going to help your style of gameplay and what really suits your way of playing. You unlock these by basically completing off the expeditions. Even if you die or complete it, it doesn't really matter. You can see there, we can actually stack this up. So defeating enemies restores HP for allies. And we could do that for 2 of them. So we could basically boost them up and improve our poison resistance at the same time. Or we could go for an intelligence sort of thing. Or in terms of what we're looking to do here, we can see there, starting ornament inflicts frost plus a physical attack 1. So right here, we got strength +3, physical attack +1. We've got frost, and you can see that arc gauge filled moderately upon a critical hit. And of course, we have ourselves the HP for our allies. Now, every color indicates a different type of relic type. So for example, I do not have any of the yellow ones, but I have a couple of the green ones, as you can see here, that we can give to our Iron Eye and give him extra boost and much more. And blue is, as you can see there, for magic or anything along those lines. So you basically go ahead and you can decide what you want to do with those. Now, you can actually change these, which I'll show you in a second. But what we are going to do is give ourselves the lightning attack power at +2, as compared to all the others, not the best. But you can see the HP restoration upon curved sword attacks. So if I find myself a curved sword, I could get HP restoration. So it is important to remember what relics you are putting on. Now, a little bonus tip here, if you didn't know, if you are at the round table and you make your way through this door here, so when you see the purple room with the bookshelves, head over to the pot at the back. You can actually go ahead and buy different relics. So, for example, for the Wilder here, I could go ahead and give him a yellow and 2 green relics instead of what I have as 2 reds and a blue. And we have ourselves all of the different ones. And the more of these you complete, the more you unlock, plus extra items on top. And we can actually go ahead and improve and buy different rarities of relics at the same time, depending on what's going to suit your style of play, as you know. So you can go ahead and get these, and I'll explain how to get more of the currency later on, the merc. But let's go ahead and get into the next step. Now, if you want to play with friends or anything like that, all you need to do is go ahead and choose an expedition of what you want to do. If you haven't unlocked any of the others, it's because you need to complete the first expedition. But if you press RB or R1 on the screen, you'll see here you can invite members, which is essentially the old-fashioned way. And remember, this is not cross-play. So if I were to hit invite members, I am on Xbox. It's going to go to my Xbox home dashboard and invite members this way, and I can invite friends. Let's say nobody is on. Make sure you disband the team once you've done that, because in the top right, we are a 0 of 1. It means you're just relying on myself. Now, if you wanted to set up a password, if you're not friends with someone, let's say you're playing with one of your friends and they've got a friend coming in, instead of inviting them, you can actually go ahead and set up a password. Set up any password you want, hit password as 1. Then all you need to do is choose your expedition, hit commence expedition, and you can see there now I am 1 of 3. Once the 2 extra people have joined in, the match will start, and you can cancel the expedition at any moment by going back to the round table, hitting cancel and cancel matchmaking. Now, there is a lot of you guys out there that want to do single player instead of multiplayer. You can actually go ahead and change it at the bottom of the screen here and get into a match. So that is what we are going to go ahead and do. We're going to do a solo expedition here and explain what you can do, and this will apply for multiplayer as well. Some tips and tricks to help you really boost yourself up nice and early and make the game just a little bit easier for yourself. So as you load in, you will have day 1, and I immediately suggest you check out these churches, because these churches, when you find your location, you want to plot your map plan around there, because once you find them, they will give you additional flasks, and typically you can get free relatively quickly within the first day, giving you 6 flasks straight from the start. So it's really important that you check them out. Don't forget as well to level up at the Graces and look for as many in-game mini bosses as possible, because these bosses are going to give you some items. Now, some items, depending on the rarity, are locked behind certain levels. As you can see here, we need to be minimum level 7 for that to activate. But don't be scared to take it, because you can get to level 7 relatively quickly. Another tip here is to use a lot of items that you have in game. So, for example, if you don't need to use your flask every single time to heal, you can use these shards, drop them onto the floor, and they are going to boost up your health, exactly like they do in Dark Souls and in Elden Ring. Another thing as well is to use your abilities. These are the most important things, especially for mini bosses. See, they're 2 hits at level 5, and we managed to get ourselves an extra item. Now, the mini boss and a greater enemy failed is definitely a different thing to keep an eye on. And also another tip here, don't be scared to die, but just be careful about dying. Because if you die, it's not like any other game. You will get spawned back in, but you lose an overall level. So I was level 5. I've now been knocked down to level 4. And it is really important that you make sure that doesn't happen. And always check in all areas for a mini-boss. Every single point of interest will have a mini-boss that will give you items that will improve your weapon super fast and help you progress through. Now, if you guys want the guide to basically do this solo, and you want to play solo, please let me know, and I'll get one of them sorted out for every single expedition that comes out. As you can see here, we are flying through some of these bosses, and we're looking for great items, and we are very, very low rated and level-wise when it comes to that. Another one is merchant. Make sure you're checking these merchants. Not only can you upgrade your weapons here if you want to, but you can also get items that will help you out massively. So, for example, with this one here, you can see there are multiple items that we can go for. They can give you more infantry slots. They can also revive you if you're down on your own, as you can see there with the grace, and much more. Now, if there are any questions and you want to see more videos like this, please like, subscribe, follow. If you want to see a solo guide for each expedition, please let me know, and I will catch you in the next Night Rain video.